Call it the adventure of a lifetime for a Utah County high school teacher. He spent 1 month studying in one of the coldest places on Earth.
Tonight, Dan Rascon takes you inside the story of the assignment Antarctica. And how did he get picked, Dan?
Mark and Shauna, Josh Heward said he simply applied. The Polar Trek selects 12 to 15 teachers a year from across the country to work with researchers in the South Pole. And Josh was one of the lucky ones who got chosen.
Take your blue paper, put all the other papers off to the side.
Walk into this science class at Timpanogos High School.
Try to put them in order.
Would this represent all of them?
And you're going to find
You got to put them under their names.
a very passionate teacher.
I love biology. I love learning about animals.
But for the very first time in his career, Josh Heward is about to give his students something he got thousands of miles away on a continent made of ice, located at the bottom of the earth.
I got to go to Antarctica for a month as part of a research expedition.
Josh was chosen from a pool of hundreds of applicants to join the Polar Trek team to study for 1 month in Antarctica.
It was an amazing experience to be there.
The team was made up of about a dozen researchers and teachers from across the country to study animal life. Not animals living above ground, but these tiny microscopic-looking creatures that live in the ground.
So there's 3 basic types of animals that live in the soil there. There are nematodes, which are little microscopic worms. And then there are little animals called rotifers that have little things on the top of their head that spin around.
Up close, these animals look like something out of a sci-fi movie.
The tardigrades, or water bears they're sometimes called, which are little 8-legged animals that have little claws and they crawl around in the soil.
Every day,
January 6th,
Josh
January 15th,
would keep a journal,
after 2 days of weather delays, we finally made it out to the field today.
documenting his research and activities.
The way that we determine or distinguish between the species.
He also did a variety
There's not plants here.
of Skype interviews to schools across the country. Days and days of research that may look tedious on the outside, but the study of these little creatures can actually teach scientists incredible things about the world we live in.
In Antarctica, you're only dealing with a small number of species, and that allows or makes it easier to kind of trace all the interactions between the different animals and find out how they're responding to changes in the environment. We can use that information then to extrapolate and build models for more complex systems.
The goal now is to take all that he's learned from out in the field to inside the classroom, where he can bring the research that he's learned to life for these students.
I want to mimic some of the procedures we did, both in terms of collecting the animals in the soil and also looking at them under the microscope.
So now every time a student goes into Science Room 222, they'll be learning from a man who literally walked on the edge of the world.
It's just amazing to be there. It was the trip of a lifetime.
What a trip. Fortunately, Josh went during the summer months in Antarctica, which is our winter time. So the temperatures, he says, were only got down to about the 20s, which is considered warm. And the sun shined around the clock 24/7. For more on this story, go to our website, KUTV.com.